that June is Men's Health Month.
There you go.
You know, this is right up my alley.
There you go. That's right. I'll let you take the lead on this interview today.
Okay, so our friends from Clemson Extension Office, they are joining us. They come on once a month to kind of give us a rundown about how we can take better care of our bodies. We've got Hannah Shifflett, who represents Chester and York counties, and then we've got Elizabeth Parker, who represents Lancaster County.
That's right.
And good morning to you both.
Good morning.
Morning.
Well, this one's right up my alley. So National Men's Health Month is underway. What do we need to know about our bodies, Elizabeth?
Yeah, so June is National Men's Health Month, and it always happens the week of Father's Day, is the end of National Health Week, Men's Health Week. And so it's just a time that we talk to men about the importance of preventative care and early detection and all that good stuff. So we have some tips for y'all today. And our first tip is to schedule an annual wellness visit with your primary care provider. So only 3 out of 5 men get annual physicals. So
Now, I turned 40, and my wife said, you have to do it.
Mm-hmm.
So I did it.
Yes.
And I love going to my annual visit. I literally start at my toenails and work all the way up to the hair on top of my head.
He probably has to schedule 2 appointment times.
well, that's good, though.
I'm going to need your ear.
I love my doctor. He is fantastic, and we walk through every part of my body. I have him look at this.
Oh, God.
Is this okay? Is this normal? Because most guys don't do that. Obviously, 3 out of 5 don't. And the amount of guys that are friends that I say, you need to do this. Like,
Absolutely.
They have what do they call it? The white coat syndrome, that when
Yeah.
they see the white coat, they kind of freeze up. But I'm like, arm them doctors, with as much knowledge as you can, and they can make sure your body is operating at tip-top shape.
Exactly. Yeah, that white coat syndrome is very real, but the wellness visits are a great time to go, and you shouldn't be quite as anxious during those times, and you're going and establishing that relationship with your doctor, and they can get to know you at your healthiest, and so that they can help you when you're sick. So
Okay. Well, I got that one done. All right, check.
All right.
On that one. What else am I doing to pass this test?
Yes, so next is talk with your doctor about your mental health. So for many mental health disorders, men are less likely to speak up and get treatment. So therefore, they're less likely to be diagnosed with something. So, and we also found that more than 4 times as many men as women die by suicide every year. So it is very important to make sure you're talking with your doctor about feelings of depression, anxiety, and also talk with loved ones as well, and they'll help encourage you to talk to your doctor.
Okay, I got that one checked off. I don't currently see one, but I did see a therapist for some time, and it was fantastic. I absolutely love that experience. Having a neutral party kind of weigh in on things weighing on my mind. That wasn't a loved one. They're helpful, but they're going to kind of give you slanted advice I've learned. And having someone opening a couple of doors that I didn't think about opening, so to speak, I'm like, well, that's an interesting way of looking at that. And I don't know why I'm doing that. I don't know. I thought it was fantastic. I loved it.
Well, and a lot of times your mental health is a big factor in your physical health and how you carry those stressors. So it's also important that I think it's important that people realize those two things go together.
Absolutely, yeah.
Men and
Full
women.
connection.
Yeah.
Right.
Now, full disclosure, when I went to go see my therapist for the first time, I laid on the couch, took my shoes off, and just laid on the couch. And when the therapist came in, she said, "Are you okay? What are you doing?" And I rolled over, and I'm like, "I'm here for our session. Is this not right?" And she said, "Oh, you don't have to take your shoes off and lay on the couch." She said, "You've watched one too many TV shows." So she said, "But do it." So I just did all my sessions like that. I loved it.
Whatever makes you feel
It's great.
comfortable.
Very true, yeah. So it was a lot of fun. So, okay. So those are 2 things that I'm acing already. This is a good test. I like this test.
Yeah.
Okay, all right.
Now, the next one is, do you rely on multivitamins?
I do not do vitamins.
Okay, so that's exactly what we're here to say is if possible, it's always better to meet your nutritional needs through diet and exercise rather than those multivitamins. Now, sometimes vitamins are necessary if you have some type of deficiency, but you should always talk to your doctor first before taking any type of vitamin or supplement. And just focus on that balanced diet so you can get all those nutritional needs from the foods you're eating.
Now, the balanced diet I've got down pat because I showed them one time what I eat. Ashley hates what I eat, by the way. So when I see my doctor this fall, I'm going to ask him about a multivitamin.
Yeah,
Okay.
and we just always encourage people to get it through those nutritional your diet if possible. But if you have deficiencies, your doctor may prescribe you something.
All right, we're talking about June is National Men's Health Month. Our friends from the Clemson Extension Office, they focus on nutrition and health. Hannah Shifflett and Elizabeth Parker are giving us a test. So far, I have a B. Right, I got 2 things right. I got 1 thing wrong, and what's the 4th thing?
So the last thing is to use sunscreen.
Yep, got it. Okay.
So men on average do spend more time in the sun than women, apparently, we found. And that puts them at a higher risk for certain skin cancers. So you want to make sure that you're using at least SPF 15 or higher daily. That's what the Skin Cancer Foundation recommends. If you're spending several hours outside, be sure you're using water-resistant, broad-spectrum sunscreen of 30 or higher, and then reapplying every 2 hours especially.
That's the key.
That is the key. People do not
Right.
reapply. Now, I don't do a great job on that sometimes, especially if we're at the beach. If we go in, if we go back out, I try to put it on. My granddad one time, now he grew up in a time where sunscreen was not around or it wasn't stressed as much, and he did get some skin cancer on his ears. And then so when he was getting older, he wore big brim hats, and we would always say, like, why are you wearing like the traditional farmer hat? And he told us that's why. So from that point on, as a little kid, we've put it on like the ears,
yeah.
especially around the hairline, because you don't want sunspots.
Your hair
Right.
part.
That is a
Right.
good point, right? Now we do that with our daughter because when we pull her hair back, we do spray it down the in her hair a little bit, round through the neck for the guys, behind the ears. So those are areas that are neglected along those lines. So okay, well,
You got a B plus.
I think I got a B plus, actually
we'll
an
give you
A
a
minus.
plus.
'Cause
Okay. Okay.
I threw in some.
He doesn't like a B, so he's going to give himself an A minus. That's okay.
I shared some personal stories, so
There
that
you go.
made me-
Encouragement to others.
extra
We'll give you
credit.
Extra credit. Yeah.
Thank you. Just like the kids in today's
We'll give you
generation.
a 90. A 90. That's an A minus.
A minus. All right. Was there anything else that we as guys we need to be doing during this month?
Just take care of your health. Remember that your mental health is part of your physical health. That's really important. And just establish that relationship with your doctor. Take a list of questions.
Because then when you get there, you forget.
You don't have to. Well, you don't have to worry about that with this one.
Oh, that's true. Not you.
They're all
Our
up
listeners and
here.
watchers, yes, always write down questions and write them down when you think, or keep a journal.
Yeah.
We've talked about that before. Like if something's going on and you're finding that it's establishing a pattern, be sure to write that down and be able to take that with you when you go.
Absolutely. And for the sunscreen, set a timer on your phone for when you need
That's
to
good.
reapply.
That's good.
Because you're going to be on your phone.
Yeah, unfortunately.
Let's not
that's-
act like we go to the beach and we're not on our phone. So that's a great tip for sure. Well, I know we had a lot of fun, but yeah, for real, I think guys do not go, or at least the guys that I'm friends with, when they don't have any kind of relationship, is because we're manly, right? Like we can do it. We're going to be fine. But by the time we figure something out, it's so late that, if I wasn't so hard-headed 2 years, 3 years ahead of time, I wouldn't be in the situation I'm in now.
That's right.
So
So
it's-
early detection
Yeah.
is really key.
Perfect. Okay. Well, Hannah and Elizabeth, thank you both very much. We certainly appreciate it.